The Dark Legacy of Thanksgiving, Unearthing the Tragedy of Bloodshed and Betrayal. As we approach the season of Thanksgiving, it's imperative to confront the unsettling truth obscured by the warm, familial veneer of this holiday. Behind the cheerful gatherings and feasts lies a grim history, marred by the blood spilled in the relentless pursuit of land and power by European settlers. It is a narrative drenched in tragedy, betrayal, and the decimation of Native American communities. The arrival of Europeans on American soil marked the beginning of a cataclysmic chapter for Native American tribes. What started as encounters filled with curiosity soon devolved into a brutal quest for territorial dominance. The trail of tears etched into the annals of American history remains a haunting reminder of the atrocities committed against indigenous people. Forced relocation from their normal habitats of lakes and hunting grounds to the mountains of scorpions and snakes, disease, and starvation claimed the lives of indigenous people, leaving a trail of sorrow and despair in their wake. Broken treaties and broken lives. Promises made in the form of treaties were broken with alarming regularity. These documents, meant to ensure peace and coexistence, became tools of manipulation, paving the way for land seizures, displacement, and untold suffering. The massacres perpetrated by European settlers ravaged Native American villages. Men, women, and children fell victim to these ruthless acts, their blood staining the soil of their ancestral lands. A death toll of 100 million figure has been documented by the author D.E. Stannard, author of American Holocaust. The systematic erasure of indigenous cultures ensued as languages were silenced, traditions obliterated, and spiritual practices suppressed. Entire ways of life were trampled upon, leaving a void of cultural identity. The creation of Thanksgiving in this backdrop of bloodshed and sorrow, the creation of Thanksgiving becomes a bitterly ironic tale. The very holiday meant to symbolize unity and gratitude stands on ground soaked with the blood of the indigenous people, their cries echoing through the centuries. The myth of pilgrims and natives sharing a harmonious feast obscures the stark reality. Instead of camaraderie, what transpired was a legacy of exploitation, violence, and dispossession. The loss of heritage generations of Native Americans suffered beyond any humanity threshold, their connection to the land severed by the greed of those who arrived on their shores. The scars of this legacy endure, etched into the collective memory of indigenous communities. The unheard voices of the fallen, the cries of the oppressed, have often been drowned out by the celebratory clamor of Thanksgiving. It is crucial to listen to these unheard voices, acknowledging the pain and injustice inflicted upon Native American tribes. The call for recognition in this season of reflection, let us heed the call for recognition and restitution. Acknowledging the deep wounds inflicted upon indigenous communities is the first step toward genuine reconciliation. The importance of education plays a pivotal role in dispelling the myths surrounding Thanksgiving. Teaching the unvarnished truth, rooted in the bloodshed and betrayal, fosters empathy and understanding. The healing power of education. The road to healing is long and arduous, but it begins with acknowledging the painful truth. Only through genuine acknowledgement, reparation actions, and a commitment to justice can we hope to build a future where the bloodshed of the past does not stain the fabric of our society. Addressing the historical injustices requires more than acknowledgement, it demands restitution. Indigenous communities deserve preoperative measures that honor their heritage and restore the dignity stolen from them. The hope for a just future in acknowledging the bloodshed, betrayal, and resilience of Native American communities, there emerges a glimmer of hope for a just future. It is a future where the echoes of the past spur us into transformative action, dismantling the legacies of injustice. The long road to healing. Despite the centuries of adversity, the resilience of indigenous communities shines brightly. Their rich cultures endure, a testament to the strength of spirit that perseveres even in the face of profound tragedy. The indigenous resilience, the path forward calls for genuine dialogue, substantial actions, and an unwavering commitment to justice. It is incumbent upon us, as a society, to confront the blood-soaked roots of Thanksgiving and work towards a future of true unity and equality. A time for reflection and the path forward. As we sit down for our Thanksgiving meals, let us not forget the blood that was spilled, the lives that were lost, and the land that was stolen. Let us use this occasion not just for celebration but for reflection, empathy, and a collective commitment to rectify the historical wrongs. The power of solidarity among communities is a potent force for change. When diverse voices unite against injustice, the echoes of their collective demands reverberate through the corridors of power, demanding accountability. The celebration of Native heritage. Beyond acknowledgement, celebrating Native American heritage becomes an act of defiance against erasure. Embracing indigenous cultures, languages, and traditions fosters inclusive and honors the resilience of these communities. A call for land acknowledgement becomes a tangible way to recognize the historical and ongoing connection of Native American tribes to their ancestral lands. It is a step towards acknowledging the deep roots that predate colonization. The intersectionality of injustice faced by Native American communities intersect with broader issues of racism, colonialism, and inequality. Addressing these interconnected challenges necessitates a holistic and intersectional approach. The empowerment of Indigenous voices. Elevating Indigenous voices in policymaking, education, and media empowers these communities to shape their own narratives. Centering their experiences is crucial in dismantling the pervasive stereotypes that perpetuate injustice. The preservation of culture. Preserving Indigenous languages, art, and traditions becomes an act of resistance against cultural assimilation. Supporting initiatives aimed at cultural preservation strengthens the fabric of diversity within our society. The call for repatriation of sacred artifacts and ancestral remains held in museums and institutions is a demand for dignity and respect. Returning these items to their rightful owners is an essential step in acknowledging the cultural heritage of Native American tribes. The importance of representation matters. Increasing the representation of Native Americans in media, politics, and academia amplifies their voices, challenging stereotypes, and fostering a more inclusive society. The impact on mental health. Historical trauma and ongoing injustices have profound effects on the mental health of Indigenous communities. Accessible and culturally sensitive mental health services are essential in addressing these challenges. The Thanksgiving we ought to seek. In concluding this reflection, let us strive for a Thanksgiving rooted in truth, empathy, and justice. May this holiday transform from a mere celebration into a solemn vow, a vow to honor the memory of the lives lost, the cultures silenced, and the land stolen. Only then can we truly embody the spirit of unity, gratitude, and respect that Thanksgiving ought to represent. Why are so many thankful for the total destruction of Yahweh's children? Only a demon pagan would celebrate this ritual of blood spillage. Yah's vengeance will be on all who supports any type of paganism. Let's see how many will continue to celebrate this wickedness in the lake of eternal fire and brimstone. Happy Heathen No Thanksgiving Day.
Yeshayahu, Isaiah 54:13-17. And all thy children shall be taught of the Adon, and great shall be the peace of thy children. In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Adon, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Adon.